Hey everybody, welcome back to Kill by Daylight. We got some stuff to get into. A lot of stuff that is potentially very promising for the future, at least in May. But first I think we have to address like the elephant in the room, and that is the community at large. We'll just say yucking people's yums, right? There's a lot of people like fantasy, I'm gonna use a wrestling term here, fantasy booking their 10th anniversary chapter, or just chapters in general that they want, right? I do it on this channel. I got some videos talking about like, oh, what I would want, right? I got one in the works for a certain dancing clown. How many times have I teased that? A lot. I should probably get around to making that video. But I like seen posts of people be like, it can't be this, it can't be that, right? Dweet made things talking about like other mascot horror like Bendy and Gartner Ban. God help us if that game ever gets added to this game. Poppy Playtime, stuff like that, right? Saying like, oh, they don't really deserve their place because they're not as prolific as FNAF, right? FNAF is the one that kicked off the genre and is like the grandfather of mascot horror, as people call it. But then I got this people being like, oh, Darth Vader can't be in, Darth Vader's not scary, and stuff like that, and there's been this back and forth thing. It's like, stop. Just stop. Let people have their fun? What is fun? That sounds like a dirty word in Dead by Daylight. Fun. Feels weird to... Sounds weird to say fun. Have fun? In Dead by... with Day... Yeah, just let people have fun. Shut up. Stop yucking people's yums and let people have fun. Also, I did a goddamn video of why Darth Vader definitely deserves a spot in Dead by Daylight. I don't know how to do the I thing on YouTube, but you know, you can go to the channel and type that up and you'll find it. It's like the first video in the let's talk about thing. Let's talk about the stuff that's actually on the screen and not like douches in the community. Roadmap. They gave us this roadmap for May, and there's interesting things abound. Let's make it big. Enhance. No, that's not it. I don't care. Shut up. There we go. Enhance. This already happened, right? We have the 2v8 Attack on Titan crossover, which Attack on Titan's back. Holy crap. Darkest Dungeon Rift. That's holy crap. We bought that company and now it's in this game. That's pretty freaking cool. May 5th, which is the day this is going up. Chrysalis Collection. Okay, cool. I like the Chrysalis Collection. It's very cool. It's a very cool concept, so that it's coming back, it's pretty cool. I don't understand the Huntress skin they're putting in. Oh, cool. May 7th, the Grimoire vote. We'll get into that. And then the community stream to talk about the Grimoire. Week 3, May 12th, Soul Knights collection. Okay, new collection or a returning collection, I'm not entirely sure. And then May 14th is the big one. It's a news thing. I'm gonna guess, because you can see right across from it, week 5, there's a PTB. But that's a week later. Week 4 has Cats and Dog collection. Like, okay, cool, whatever. Those are hit and miss, kinda. They usually look good, but it's like, okay. Like, Tori Kane there, I'm not 100% sold on. She would be, an animal person, to be honest with you. She seems like the more like, ooh, a baby goat, sacrifice it to the entity type of person. You know those type of people. And then May 22nd, tune in. I said that my nose started to itch. Maybe that's a sign from the lake above. It's blurred out. People have already deciphered. It says stop peeking, which it's pretty funny. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say May 14th, they're going to announce, hey, 1 week, we're going to do a live stream announcing the 10th anniversary chapter. May 22nd. That's a weird date. What date? What day is that? Is that a Monday? No. Is it a Tuesday? No. Is it a Wednesday or Thursday, maybe? No. It's a Friday. And yes, where's my copium? God damn it, I left it downstairs again. Shit. I should prep better. I'm just saying, we're gonna have a live stream. That's just my luck, right? Big Friday. Friday the 13th fan. Want Jason in this game since I started playing it. And it's a day I gotta work. It's a Friday. I work Fridays, as many people do. And they're just gonna hold a random-ass live stream to announce my boy, Mama Voorhees' baby boy, coming to the game, potentially? Dick move, Kote. I see you. You're attacking me personally. I see that. So that is a big thing to look out for. This is gonna be an in-game notification and a tweet, no doubt, like, hey, tune in next week, next Friday, for the anniversary live stream. We're doing 2 of them this year, which is dope because it's the 10th anniversary and it should be held up with high regard. And then obviously week 5, the 26th, only 4 days later, that is a Tuesday, which is the normal time they release things. Outfits from the Rift, which is kind of getting a little boring, I'm going to be honest with you, because now it's all the current Rifts that I have participated in and unlocked everything. So it's like, ooh, I already own that stuff. Dope. Dark Overgrowth, which it took them this long to give Claudette, the plant woman, a plant-based skin. And then all the fun stuff starts. We get a PTB, which is for the 10th anniversary. Rotating anniversary event, which is always a cool one. It's always it's a micro event. That's rude. It's nothing small about it. It's 10 years. Rotating anniversary is always a cool thing. Old skins coming back on sale. That's pretty cool. And then, of course, XP multiplier every consecutive match. That's whatever. TwitchCon Europe, whatever. Although maybe they show more stuff that we don't know about from the PTB. Yeah. So the beginning of this stuff, like, I don't really care about 2v8, Attack on Titan. I don't care. The Rift is pretty cool. Got a lot of good skins in it. Chrysalis Collection is whatever. Grimoire. We already know my thoughts on the Grimoire, and we will learn more about that in 30 seconds. Countdown. Same thing with community live stream. It's the later half of the month that is the most interesting stuff. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Definitely make videos about that, especially the live stream. I'm going to have to be at work being like, I can't look at my phone. I gotta keep off of my phone. I can't look at spoilers. And then I know I'll get home. Like, my phone will, like, vibrate for whatever. I'll go, oh, what's that? And I'm like, fuck, it's Jason, son of a bitch. My luck. So there's that. Next up, the meat and potatoes. Grimm's update. I do like that. Now it's just Grimm's update. An update to the Grimoire. We're on the Grimoire. Hey there, we got a lot to cover, so buckle up. I skimmed through this a little bit, not much of it. I got down to where they unveil the perks and went, I'll save that for the video. Gameplay design. After the feedback we received from creators, consultants, and you, definitely not me, because you would have burnt the entire project to the ground if you took advice from me. We decided to slightly revisit some decisions, making a few adjustments to what we've shown you. Suggestions are still being explored, but some of these have already gotten positive reception internally. Ooh, I don't like that. Because internally is just you guys, just the behavior team. You don't have the best track record. We haven't gotten a Houndmaster skin because you screwed up how cosmetics work with powers. That's why Victor doesn't get a nice little tiny top hat. Here's a sneak peek of one of the things we've been exploring. They don't really give a description of it. I haven't seen this, but what is it? Let's find out together. Healthy? Not healthy. A killer that doesn't have to hit you 4 goddamn times with their super delicate power to injure you? Pretty cool. I still wish it was the Kamehameha beam, because that's kind of boring to look at, even though they add like all the special effects. I kind of wish it was just like, maybe Kamehameha beam's not the appropriate one, it's more of a the Gallic gun type of thing. That's fine, I guess. I'll take the insta damage health state over Kamehameha Gallic gun. I'll say that. Gameplay programming. Our programming team has been focusing on controls, movement, and VFX for the Ray of Retribution. Okay, oh, what the fuck am I looking at? Hold on. Can I get something out? No? Alright, thanks. Thanks, Elon. Okay, so they're at the top here. They're this little pixel up here, and they're drawing Pixel Dick here. So they can do that. The beam is fired. And then they can activate it again to send out another one? Oh. Oh. That pixel over there is dead. Okay. I see what we're going with. I see what we're showing here. Okay, I see it. I see the vision. We're on an incline, say like a hill, or maybe second story of like McMillan Estate or something like that. In a building, right? Leary's hospital, second floor. Although maybe not, maybe that... I'm assuming it cannot go off this way, straight off of the hill. Like, going off the house in Red Forest, right? It would have to go down the slope and then follow a trail. I would assume that's how that would work. But I see the vision, right? It can go down inclines and kind of do, you make a big old wiener. Big old balls, really thin dick. They don't like that. I wouldn't know anything about thinness. All right, silence for effect. Cool. But yeah, you can drag and drop it, do this little thing, and I'm assuming anybody in that vicinity would get hit. And then they do it down an even more incline. You can't see that. They should probably taken out the trees. Also, maybe done a better website than fucking Twitter.com. Not calling it X, you big piece of shit. Elon, specifically, you. But yeah, and it goes down this egregious ramp, so maybe it can fall off just sheer drops. But it falls down and then goes up a hill. So it looks pretty good. In theory, if it works like that, that's pretty cool. They are also working on the banishment to exile to saved by a survivor praying at the shrine loop. It's gameplay loop. The Sin Killer effect and the spawning houses in the exile are also a work in progress. This is what this is. Let's see this. Hold on. Potato Vision, go! I understand. I understand what we're looking at. I just like find it funny, like Dweet going in an invisible locker and then appearing in real life. That's hilarious. Over here, we're sending them to damnation, right? What? You go to hell now, or exaltation. They're now there. They're in the banishment zone. They're in the zone where Zod is, and then got prayed back. That's the loop. Got it. Understand. Cool, cool, cool. In the meantime, the VFX team has been focusing on the Rays of Retribution and Survivor Sin. The team wanted to approach this in an optimal and aesthetic way with performance in mind to ensure it's optimized for gameplays, looks nice, and fits with the art direction proposed. It's a giant beam of light. I'll tell you that much. It's a giant beam of light. So, the team has started working on the effect of the act of sin on the Survivor. All hail Dweet Jesus. "24 seconds. I don't think we need that much to convey that's how you tell if somebody's sinned. I guess because it... Yeah, okay. Okay. A big screw-off glowing halo? See what you did there. Is a good way to indicate. I don't have to just look at the tiny corner of my screen, like over here, and be like, who? Oh, they're sinned. Okay. Having a big old screw-off marker is pretty good. It's quite an interesting way. This was quite interesting to do, as we had a really inspiring concept from art direction with some cool movement references. This effect is mostly all procedural material, with the addition of a sine calculation on the particle's rotation to create the chaotic movement. That's a bunch of mumbo jumbo that normies will not understand. I don't understand it, so that's not like I understand. No. World and character art after the last vote, we held our art dedication kickoff with other teams to show how the gameplay would look. Okay. It's a weird way to phrase it. Based on their notes and timing, we're making adjustments to some gameplay concepts. In parallel, we continue to work on the 3D versions of the Killer and Survivor, and the recoloring of their outfits. For the Hopeless Exile, after the theme was selected, the team created blockouts and made a first pass on lighting, syncing with the technical art team to implement new material to achieve the visual demands of our art director. Damn you, art director. You and your task pushing? I don't know. We are all excited to see how it evolves. That is it. There's just a statue of the killer in the middle of it, because I would absolutely love that, but probably not. But that's just a shading thing. We're looking at textures, and not textures, but like lighting and stuff like that. No, there is just a big... that's probably just for effect, to show the lighting rig, I'd assume. Yeah, no, okay. That looks pretty good. I can't really... This is something we have to see the final verdict for, right? Ooh. Ooh. Perks! Since the voting results, Design have been working on refining the propositions with our programmers. The next step is to add them to the prototype for testing and tweaks to ensure we're working toward a fun... There's that word again. Fun. Dead by Daylight. Fun. No, they will not go together. Shit. But we're working towards that word, gameplay experience. Below is the first pass. Please keep in mind that once we test it out, things will likely change, as they should. That has been determined to be a lie. Our goal is to keep making them feel better and more balanced. That was determined to be a lie. It's my Jonathan Frakes impression. It is not good. Killer perks. All right. Okay. Lay Waste, a perk that increases regression on near complete generators. Whenever you damage a generator, for each charge it had, it regresses 1% faster. The cooldown is up to 140 at least, and at most 120. Well, that's not how you phrase that. It's 120 second cooldown. Okay. Okay. For each charge it had, that's gen charges. Gens can have... what, they're at 80 seconds to repair, I believe. Or 90? I don't remember numbers for this game that I've been playing for 6 goddamn years now. If that's the case, it takes 80 seconds to repair a gen. That means it's 80 charges. So if it's halfway done, that's 40 charges. So if you kick a generator with this fucking perk at max level, it regresses 40% faster. That is buck goddamn wild. Sorry, Daniel. You get that reference? It's very new. It's actually a very new reference, like the newest reference I've ever made. But yeah, that is crazy overpowered from just like looking at it. I'm pretty sure that will probably change. It'll probably get like a max of 15% faster, right? Keep it in line with Pop and Ruin and stuff like that, because that's insane. You kick a gen that is 99 at like 79 charges, that's deleted. That progress is gone. Next, under your thumb, a hex perk that limits survivors' haste. For the first time a survivor gains haste, a dull totem ignites. That is what I was going for. Survivor cannot gain more than 25% haste at a time. I thought we already capped that with the whole like new thing they added. I thought that's how that works. They cannot gain more than 25% haste. That feels like not a lot. That doesn't feel like a cap. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Although I think Sprint Burst gives you 40%, so that might actually be really good. Vigilance, and I'm pretty sure we don't... Do we have a Vigilance perk already? It's too many perks. An Obsession perk that gives you a near-perfect aura reveal. Near-perfect, that's a funny way of saying not good at all. Every 30 seconds, if the Obsession is at least 32 meters away from you, you see their aura for 5 seconds. Ah, fuck you. The shoe is on the other foot, dicks. It's a one-way object of obsession. Yep, that's what that is. On to the Survivor perks. Steadfast, a boon perk that makes a single generator's progress permanent. Fuck. While next to a totem, hold E. To bless it, creating a boon that gives you the combines all your... It combines all your boons so you can run a boon build back, whatever. Survivors repairing the closest generator within the boon's range. Whenever they succeed a basic great skill check, the generator gains 1 permanent progress. They repair the generator 50% slower. Oh. Damn, you had me in the... Like, when I say first half, I'm like talking about up here. Right? This section, the first half, is up here. Repairing the closest generator within the boon's range. Whenever they succeed a basic great, it has to be a great skill check. It gains a permanent 1% progress. That's hilariously bad. And they repair the generator 50% slower. This might be the worst perk they ever release if it stays the same to full release in September. Yeah, it's fucking bad. Holy goddamn. Like, 1 great skill check is 1% permanent progress, and you repair the gen 50% slower? God damn, that's really bad. Woof. I was worried about that one. I was like, ooh, damn, killers need a tougher time protecting generators. Salvation's Cry, a perk shares aura... What? A perk shares auras when the killer starts a chase. Okay. Whenever the killer starts chasing you for 10 seconds, other survivors see your aura and the killer's aura, so they have to chase you for at least 10 seconds? That's booty cheeks. That's not good. I was like looking at these results. They were like this one won, this one won, this one won. I'm like, ooh, broken survivor perks incoming. But no, these are ass. To be honest with you. Fruits of your labor, a token perk that gives incremental haste and healing. Whenever a generator is completed, gain 1 token. Then for each token, you gain 5% haste for 2 seconds. And you gain 20% healing progress. You just get 5% haste for 2. That's, yeah, these are booty cheeks. These are ass. This one is ass. This one is just a one-sided object. And this one's fucking broken as shit if it hits live like this in like 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months. This is gonna be the most broken perk they've ever released. Not named Hex Ruin. OG Hex Ruin. Yeah, that's not staying the same. They're gonna make that and go, oh fuck, we fucked up. We've made God. And these are ass. All these survivor perks are ass, which fine. On May 7th, the Grimoire opens for one final time. On the final vote, you will decide the theme music and the art direction for the chapter's key art. Huh. Fuck, I fell asleep. How boring that shit is. If you don't know, key art is the main visual image that represents the game's world, tone, and brand, serving as a foundation for our marketing campaign and assets. We're really closing out a stinker of a thing with a stinker of a last vote. So we're gonna have to listen to some pretty shitty music that you only hear for like 10 seconds when you start the game and get into a lobby. And chapter key art colored concept. Okay. So it's gonna be what we voted on last time, but it's gonna be colored in. Okay, that seems actually pretty interesting. Main music theme, not main menu, I should say that. Why is the H and the E combined? That's very triggering. Yeah. Maybe this, I feel like this should be the chase music, right? We should be voting on the chase music last. I think that's what it should be, but whatever. That's it, folks. The Grimm might be closing soon, but our updates and behind the scenes will continue until release. Don't miss our community live stream. I will definitely miss that shit because I will be at work. Thank you. That's it. That's all we got today. Damn, we might go back to doing Grimoire shorts if this is all we're voting on. Going, ooh, which one sounds better? That one's pretty good. Click. Key art. That's ass. That's ass. That's pretty okay. Click. There you go. We might be going back to that that style of videos. That's hilarious. But yeah, that's it, man. That's it for now. That is Grimm's update, which I kind of wish they were calling it that the entire time. But yeah, that's it. Anything else of note? Not really. Not really. They're retweeting art, pretty good art. that's a whole lot of stories. Tell us yours. I learned you can actually make a game on a plate of cold spaghetti, and it'll work for 10 years. That's pretty monumental, I think. Yeah, that's kind of it. That's kind of it, right? Again, big excitement the 22nd, but that's in like a couple weeks, so yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it for this one. So, well, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed what you witnessed, do the YouTube stuff, and it's wild to see Scott Games follows DBD still. A year later. Damn, time flies when you're not really able to play the game because it doesn't work 90% of the time. Again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you witnessed, do the YouTube stuff, and until next time, I will see you in the fog. Probably get working on that Pennywise video. Nah. Good luck.